Good morning. It's a good day out here. Nice, warm, short sleeve weather. So let's check on a few things. We're gonna first check on the handrail garden here. The kale is growing, but I can see where the squirrels are having a party in here. So we're gonna patch up a few holes and hope that the squirrels don't keep coming back, because that kale is for us. Patch up a few holes here. They're not after the kale, I'm sure. They're after everything else. And the greens are looking good. Nice and thick. We'll probably end up transplanting some of those. And yep, squirrels dug in here too. At least I've got plenty of seeds put in. Plenty of seeds. Now this last planter, I don't know what happened to it, but it just ain't sprouted. So it may have to get replanted. Which is how sometimes things go. Sometimes it happens. Then you just gotta roll with the punches and do it again. So let's check on the rabbits. Alright, we're in the rabbit barn. And the first one we're gonna check on is Trudy and her babies. She has been a wonderful mother outside of doing her defecating in a food bowl, but they all do that. But she's about ready to have these babies gone. I think she's tired of her young'uns. But they're not quite old enough yet. Just 2 more weeks, Trudy. And then we have Nerese. This is the one that had the nest outside the nest box. And we had to do some thinking outside the box too. So, when her little nest got contaminated, we took a cat litter pan, punched some holes in the bottom of it, and moved her babies to the litter pan. She seems to like it. Now there's just one problem though. Occasionally she'll drag a baby out. So we've got to stay on top of this girl. Alright everybody, going through the rounds. I wanted to tell you that you need to watch for something in particular whenever your girls are bred, the does, and it may be an indicator of early childbirth. And let's take a peek in here. Sway, she's huge. That's one. She's pulled off her food, she's quit eating her food, and she hasn't been drinking water in the last 2 days. So we're going to add a nest box in, because just as soon as I don't, we'll end up having babies on the wire. So let's move her chew stick over and move her over and put her nest box in her favorite spot.
Okay.
Alright, so now that you got the nest box in there, there she is. She may be happy to see it. She was a little startled, but she always is. But they're going to be really protective if they're that close to being due. And we're going to get our other nest box, because we have this other girl, and she's actually due before Sway. And they're not due till next week. They're like 5 days before being due. If I remember. Not if I'm not, I'll write it on the bottom. But 5 days before their due date, and they're already pulling off food and water. So when you notice that happening, it doesn't hurt a thing in the world to go ahead and put a nest box in here. Scoot over, Gladys. Thank you. And since it's warm out here, we're not going to bother with the paper underneath the nest box, because then it would get too hot, and you don't want the babies to die because they were too hot. So there's Gladys, her nest box, and she hasn't been eating or drinking for the last 2 days either. So now let's go out to the big yard and check on the other babies. Chickens are going wild out here. It's egg laying day. So let's check on Lily's babies. They're doing great. We were able to take their nest box out. And if you're concerned about rabbits' feet, these little old coat flats are awesome. If you end up with some at the grocery store, or you get one in because you buy so many drinks, cold drinks, they are great. They don't get hot, they don't get cold, and the rabbits can play on them, under them, in them. But the little babies are just cute, aren't you? And you want to go back to your mama. And they are getting close to being weaned too, so a couple of more weeks and she won't have to deal with those babies. So let's look on the next batch. Alright, now this is Rose. Her babies are a little younger than Lily's. And of course you can tell she has really polluted her coat flat, so we're going to take it out of the way for a minute to do the well check on her babies. And she's going to need a new stick to chew on. That's one thing you need to remember if you got rabbits. Give them something to chew on or they will chew their cage. Oh yeah, they look good. They all look good. They don't look like Rose at all, but they all look pretty. And if I'm not mistaken, this little mister has blue eyes. I don't know. I can't tell. But anyway, they're all doing good. They're all fat and healthy. They've still got a lot of bedding. They're too young to take the nest box out yet. But we're going to put them back in here and let Rose take care of them. We're going to give her her seat back so she can get away from the babies if she wants. That's always a good idea. Alright, let's check on Carmel, the little chocolate mini Rex, and her babies. And you can peek in the window while I look. Ooh, they are just loving it up. Hello, Mama. Where's all the babies? We gotta make a head count. Whoop, there they are. 4 chocolate, 2 gray. And just in case anybody's wondering, I had to look this up too. Chocolate, purebred chocolate mini Rexes can have multiple color babies. They don't always have chocolate babies. Get out of there, I'm going to scoot this back now. Whoop, beat you. Alright, let's check on the next ones. Alright, now this is Miss Dax. And I don't know how she's going to react. This is her first litter. So, we're going to check. She just had babies during the night or sometime in the wee hours of the morning. So, we're going to cautiously reach over here, do our little tuft of hair, because these are newborns. We don't want to mess up her feeding her newborns until they get their own hair. There you go, Ma. Now we're going to take this out and get it out in a good light, and we're going to count these babies and check the health. So we have a table. Let's go to the table. Oh, Ducky. Alright, she did pull plenty of fur for the temperature it is right now. Let's dig in here and see what we get. It's almost like a treasure hunt. And she is a first-time mom, so let's see how much a first-time mom can do. 1, 2, boy, they're squirrely. 3, 4, 5. They just keep coming. 6, 7. There's more. 8. I think that's all of them. Oh yeah, she made a beautiful nest. Look at that. That's what you want to see whenever you have a good mother. Alright, so we're going to put them all back. And I know my alarm clock's going off, but you have to look over it. Sometimes that happens. We'll put all the babies back. They're all fat. They've been fed. They're healthy. And she's going to be a good mother. And let's give her her babies back. I'm going to shut this off. There. Gosh. Alrighty. Okay, Mama, here comes your babies back. Don't worry. They're still all there. They are still all there. And you were a good mama. Some people don't like the red-eye white rabbits. But I tell you what, no matter what they look like, if they have babies and they feed their babies and raise good litters, they're a good rabbit. It don't matter what they look like. So that is checking on all the rabbits for today.